Fire Emblem Heroes officially launched on February 2nd, 2017. Before its official release, Nintendo started the first ever Choose Your Legends campaign, commonly referred to as CYL by most fans. People were encouraged to vote and campaign for their all-time favorite Fire Emblem characters in the hopes that they would place in first, or at least in the top 4 to get a special ult. This first event ran from January 18th to January 31st, and the top 4 winners, 2 men and 2 women, would receive a special variant unit, or ult, that would release around Heroes' 6-month anniversary in-game. Since then, we've had countless CYL winners, some that are more beloved than others, and it's an event that many have come to look forward to. With CYL 6 fast approaching, I'm taking the time now to show you all who I will be voting for in this year's event. Please remember that these are just my personal picks, and I'd encourage all of you to vote for whoever you want. The most fun aspect of CYL is getting to see everyone gush over their favorite characters. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Chrom is the main lord in Fire Emblem Awakening and one of the first characters you are introduced to. He quickly welcomes Robin, the player character, into the Shepherds, and from there a powerful bond is formed. Chrom is at the forefront of Awakening, and you watch him step into his role as the prince and later king of Lys. Due to the uprising of votes of both Marth and Gatekeeper received in the second half of CYL last year, Chrom unfortunately fell to 3rd place in the men's division, preventing him from receiving that much desired Brave ult. At this point, he really deserves a win after what happened last year. Some will argue that Chrom already has multiple ults in Fae, and him not placing in the top 4 is not truly a major loss. This opinion is totally valid, and I respect this, but for me personally, I'd love a brave version of him. Chrom is a fantastic, strong lord that stays true to his beliefs no matter what, and I greatly admire him for that. In terms of a weapon he'd receive, Chrom would likely get some version of Falchion, but a lance would be really interesting, and it would tie in well to Brave Lucina, who we had already received in the very first CYL.
Turn to ash.
Seteth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is a late game unit that joins your party before the time skip in 3 of the 4 routes. Despite joining so late, you meet Seteth rather early in the game, though at this point he isn't really very fond of Byleth, aka you, the player character. First appearing as a stern, stick-in-the-mud, after you rescue Flame from the Death Knight, he comes around and becomes a mentor and fatherly figure of sorts to many of the characters in the story. Personally, I always use Seteth when he joins your party. His design really appealed to me, if any of you catch my drift here, and his character growth was really compelling. I even went for the S support with Seteth on my second Azure Moon playthrough. I just really love him that much. Seteth could potentially wield a lance or an axe if he happened to get a Brave ult, since those are 2 of his weapon strengths in 3 houses. He does wield the Spear of Assault already in Fae, but it lacks the cavalry effectiveness that it does have in 3 houses. So it'd be great if that could be added to a future lance for Seteth.
Judgment is passed.
Sumia is a member of the Shepherds in Fire Emblem Awakening and makes a rather big first impression by falling flat on her face when attempting to talk to Chrom. Despite her clumsy and sometimes abrupt actions, dang, she actually punches Chrom at some one point in the story. She is a rather gentle soul who loves animals and flower fortunes. Being rather clumsy myself, I could immediately relate to Sumia, and I used her for my entire Awakening playthrough. Also, look how freaking adorable she is! Pink and purple on her outfit, it just suits her so well. Honestly, Sumia deserves so much more love than she receives. While a lance is a really obvious weapon pick if she were to receive a Brave ult, it'd be kinda cool though if she got a staff and was a flying staff unit, referencing the Falcon Knight's ability to wield staffs in Awakening.
I won't back down!
FICorrin, who can be either a man or woman depending on player's choice, is the main protagonist of Fire Emblem Fates. Specifically, I'll be voting and talking about female Corrin, as that's the form I chose when playing. Raised as a princess of the country Nor, Corrin's whole life is changed when it's revealed they are actually the daughter of Mikoto, the queen of Hoshido. Corrin is forced to choose whether or not they should side with their birth family, the family that raised them, or if they should stand against both of them. Corrin's canon appearance is really great, but what really drew me to them as a character was how they could be customized, so in a sense, it was really you who became the protagonist. This and the fact that Corrin was a really good unit, I mean like, gosh, they turn into a freaking dragon, has led many to view them as overpowered, or even a Mary Sue. But me, I'm a simple person. I found their struggle inspiring, as no matter what, they kept moving forward and helped those in need. Female Corrin has yet to receive an Alton Fae wielding their signature blade, Yato, so that would be a really cool option, accompanied by them wearing Valite attire, since they become Vala's queen at the end of Revelations. A more sentimental choice would be to have her wield a staff and wear the attire of her mother Mikoto, whose death shook Corrin to the core.
My path is certain.
Keita, the future wife of the legendary hero King Marth, is a character that is present in all of the Arcana Fire Emblem games. Both strong and graceful, she is extremely supportive of Marth and all her allies. She is capable of protecting herself and her loved ones, and is not to be taken lightly by her foes. I haven't played any of the Arcana games, so my first introduction to Keita was through Fae. The more I saw of her across her various alts, and the more I began to use base Keita, the more I came to love her. She isn't just Marth's future wife, but is a strong, capable woman that is still sweet and loving to all those around her. We've seen Keita wield multiple different weapons across her ults, including a sword, axe, and a tome, but one we've yet to see her wield is a lance, so that would be a really fun option for her Brave ult if she were to receive one. A sword, of course, is a valid choice too, as that's the one that she wields in her base form.
Do you feel a chill?
Azura is a quiet and mysterious princess who supports Corrin no matter what in Fire Emblem Fates. While initially stated to be a princess from Nor, she is actually from the hidden kingdom of Vala, unable to disclose this unless she is present in Vala itself. Corrin and Azura form an immediate connection after their first meeting in Hoshido, and even if Corrin sides with Nor, Azura will lend her strength and beautiful voice to their cause. Azura is my favorite singer in the entire Fire Emblem franchise. Not only does she have a stunning design with her long blue hair and golden eyes, but I find myself relating to Azura. She is incredibly thoughtful and is willing to sacrifice herself for the people she loves, something I find admirable. For some reason, base Azura in Fae has not received a PRF lance, so if she were to win CYL, I'd love to see her finally get one. You know, specifically the Blessed Lance she's wielding in like all of her Fire Emblem artwork. Yeah, that one. However, if they went for a more familial connection, then she could wield a tome like her mother Aret.
Avalanches roar!
Takumi, the short-tempered second prince of the Hoshidan Kingdom, can be your ally or your enemy in Fire Emblem Fates. He wields the legendary Fujin Yumi, and while a strong fighter, he often feels inferior to his older siblings. I'ma just say this, I love this angry pineapple man, holy moly! His tsundere attitude, the long hair, like, yes to all of it. I immediately knew I wanted to S-support him, and honestly, thank God it wasn't actually incestuous, because I was head over heels for him. Even if you don't S-support Takumi, he does grow closer to Corrin when he's your ally, and fighting him in Conquest is always a bittersweet moment. As the younger sibling in my own family, I relate to the feelings of inferiority that Takumi feels. I want to someday overcome this like he did. If Takumi were to receive a Brave ult, I feel like it's very likely he wield a bow, since it is his trademark weapon. But please, at least let it be a colored bow! The poor boy is stuck in colorless hell with all of his ults. Like, just free him already, IS. Another weapon choice that I think is less likely, but still kinda interesting, would be a sword. Takumi Shinai is a weapon that is obtainable in Fates, and him wielding a sword could connect him to his father and brother.
Right through the target.
And that's who I will be voting for in this year's Choose Your Legends. Make sure to let me know down below who you're voting for. Are you voting for multiple characters, or are you going in on just one character all 7 days? So yeah, I can't wait to see who you guys are voting for, and I hope you all stay safe and take care of each other. Bye now!